Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Side quadrant, they'll be on as even between the two junglers.
Yeah, I don't know if they can look for the dive here as Rogue though. So Gen X should be able to soak enough experience off.
You can always look for a dive, Rogue. Whether or not it's an advisable decision is an entirely different thing.
Yeah, I think it's a look, don't touch in this situation. Gen X does hit level 2, but there is 4 members now, which changes things quite a bit.
No one tanking the tower as of yet. Execute now will go in with a Shadowing Strike, gets the crash down shield as well, and it's a well-managed dive from Rogue. Patrick will survive this, pops the barrier just to make sure.
Yeah,
2 at least should be in favor of SK.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem for Gen X is that this wave is pushing away and he knows that Sejuani is still on the bottom side of the map, so Malrang could immediately try and come down on his bottom side, but looking at a potential play in the mid lane as the TP comes through, but Malrang is now in position.
Yeah, Malrang's looking. Let's see if he can find something here. Loopy's coming across as well. Rika, there's the knock-up. Rika stunned up with the Shadowing Strike and now has to flash to try and get away. With Isma coming in from the side as well, Rogue will accept the flash out of the Orianna, I think. We'll see Loopy staying around here to make sure this wave can be crashed in. It's going to be tricky though. Larson low on HP. Rika doesn't have the best wave clear.
Yeah, there's kind of multiple members just running around the map wherever there's action though. You can see Rahel is starting to shift down towards mid to help cover as well. And now Isma doesn't realize there's a lot of people there. Loopy will spot out Malrang, but here comes Adam.
Adam moving first out of the bot lane. Loopy spotted by Malrang, locked up with the permafrost. Isma jumps onto Adam. Loopy used the grand entrance to get out. Now the collapse comes in. Rika still on level 5. Flash Bellows Breath looking for the brittle stun onto Adam. Can't quite find that extra bit of damage. Isma dashing forward once again. Execute falling low. And Isma brings down the staff to get SK on the board.
Yeah, they managed to get themselves on the board, but this is
running
insane.
around, seeing whatever they can find. Execute still only level 2.5, by the way. Hasn't actually got any more experience since we last talked about him. Rika doesn't have flash. Execute trying to get experience out of kills. Rika's going to try and walk his way away from this one, but Larson, or the Ignite's ticking, Larson still finds the final auto attack to get himself his first kill of the game.
Yeah, and Loopy's sitting on top side, but unfortunately for him, Patrick still has that flash and the barrier back up, so it's kind of nice. You can just help out a little bit.
You can see Isma actually pathing down towards the bottom side, has just hit level 6, and Gen X has the 6. Adam doesn't have flash here, so Isma can look for the engage. There's the call of the Forge God. Cyclone goes in, follow up with a knock-up, another Cyclone available to Isma, and already Adam's dead. Well played by SK. Knew that Adam didn't have his flash and just comboed those ultimates perfectly.
Yeah,
that's
great.
how we make sure that Isma has the prio in the bot side to take the first dragon of the game for SK.
Yeah, so in the grand scheme of things, SK kind of coming in on top, and like Rogue had a lot of the early aggression, but you can see a 1k gold lead starting to open up. They're okay when it comes towards objectives, so
beat for the first turret blood. Rahel has got the push in mid right now because Patrick moved his way towards top. Didn't really need to do anything, so he'll just catch the wave as it crashes towards that tier 1.
Yeah, you can see Gen X.
Yeah,
yeah,
you guys
okay.
are on Twitch right now. You can just open that extension and see exactly what Malrang's runes are. It's great. I know you can run the one way when you dash, you do a little bit of extra damage, and you grim mementos. There's 2 there, Loopy. Loopy, just order them, man. It's free experience, Loopy. This is how you catch up. Oh, some rogue chance. Malrang jumps into the pit. The smite goes down. Isma gets it. Malrang flashes over the wall. And yeah, Boar couldn't bear to be in there any longer.
Yeah, I was going to say, Adam's going to get some...
Forget that if you've been casting for as long as we have, you have 7 to 10 years of just random league changes in your head, right? Like, we could name items that, if we saw them, we'd be like, oh yeah, of course, that's, you know, Wuglit's Witch Cap, which, you know, wasn't actually really...
Heart of Gold.
Heart of Gold, Philo Stone, all of these. Yeah. Oh, what was the... Wriggle's Lantern was the
Wriggle's Lantern. Then there's Runeglaive, which I saw earlier on. It's going to try and force some plays, but I think they are struggling quite a bit. Like, Loopy's actually getting good vision, you can see, but the way Rogan was playing is over-forcing with multiple people on this midway, but Loopy's
goes in with the charm. For the shockwave as well. Larson only loses half his health. Does have to burn the flash. There was a TP behind as well as Gen X joins the fray, but the Emperor's Divide in a good position already. Isma's down. Gen X does get the knock-up. Larson's fallen as well, as has Execute. Alongside him, Adam's going to join an SK. They force the tempo. They find the fight. It's a triple for Rahel.
That was sick from SK. The vision control from Loopy has been really good in setting that up alongside him with the knockback. But still, the damage was done. The slow was enough. And then Rahel being able to play super aggressive in that. Nice triple kill for him.
Yeah, well timed as well around the Atakan. They will be able to pick it up. Obviously voracious in this game. No real surprises there. as they have that false life. That will overlap with a crazy run. But now, obviously, if you go 0-9, your split's over. We've actually only ever had one team without a series win through an LEC split, and that was Origin back in 2017, I believe. So SK looking to be not in that camp, not join Origin in that ignominy. But, for the moment, in a good position in this game. 3,000 gold ahead, the Drake up in 20 seconds. As we said, that false life will extend for about a minute after the Drake does spawn. Adam is pushing in the top lane, so SK know they have the advantage right now. They know they've got the numbers. Chain of Corruption going down onto Loopy will chunk him out, but he's still half health. And this is what I'm talking about with ratting on Rakan. Goes forward, eats an ultimate, eats a piercing arrow, still half health, and just dashes back out. Now he can play a little bit further back if he wants, and always has that ability to press the quickness, E on someone, and then dive in for the fight.
Yeah, I just didn't realize that Adam was playing Tryndamere this game, because all he's doing is just sitting in the side lane and taking turrets. And SK, they've sent Reeker back to try and answer, but you invested everything from SK to get that
Loopy
play.
and Janax stopped in the bush. Importantly for SK, they did invest a lot towards the bottom side, as you say, but they do get the Drake out of it as well. So it's sole point. Yes, Adam takes a tier 2 in the top side. The gold is even, but SK are now 5 minutes away from having an Ocean Soul.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not the end of the road, but it's...
And for Rogue, it's looking pretty diabolical right now.
Yeah.
Remember, if they lose this, they are eliminated from playoffs alongside SK. Kind of poetic justice for SK to be the team to eliminate Rogue. I saw a ping. He stepped around for a second, but he is going to finish off his recall and make sure he can come back for this base defense.
Yeah, I mean, they should be able to pick off this kind of minion. It'll do some work, but should be fine. So any sort of force now as both waves start to crash, Larson should be here for, but I don't think SK really want to overcommit here. Like, you've got Dragon, your soul in 50 seconds. The kind of minions can do the work here. Just don't have to get fancy with this.
Don't really need to overcommit. They take the inhibitor tower on the bot side. Janet's going to and bash his way away. Loopy just acting like a nuisance. Inhibitor will fall in the bot lane. SK have a minute 20 remaining on their Baron if they do want to try and get some mid pressure, but the wave's still only at the halfway mark of that lane. So now with the TPs coming back in, it looks like they are going to look for it. Loopy goes in, Shockwave not invested, Larson dashed away.
Yeah, but also not investing the ultimate from Loopy either. So just kind of realizing, hey, look, if we get something here, cool, we can try and follow up the ultimate, poke Rogue back. But they know that these small little corridors are really where it's treacherous. So just trying to push in the waves, play out a vision, and see if they can make the pick happen.
6 seconds on the Drake, and Rogue have no vision outside of their base apart from in their blue side jungle. I mean, SK could be doing it already for all they know, and that's exactly what they're doing. Isma able to do it by himself. This Wukong has been strong from the start of the game, and with 2 items should be able to get through this one in short notice.
Yeah, and you can see Patrick just trying to tank up this minion wave with execute so that then they can't hit onto the tower and start another turret falling alongside the dragon and that bot lane structure. But at this stage, you're kind of just desperately holding on to anything you can. 20 seconds left in this Red Bull Baron power play means that this would be the last minion wave, but it doesn't look like SK are interested in overforcing them. Like, how do you try and reach the key targets? Like, Rahel is already super slippery, and Reeker gets to play a million miles away because he just attaches a ball to Loopy and says, yeah, go. You're like, yeah, be my race car that goes into the middle of everyone and does it for me. So, yeah, you just don't really have to worry about it. So, I don't know how you're supposed to find this engages.
I think part of the hope is, now with Baron having fallen off, maybe SK overextend. Right, if they go under a tower, they can't quite kill it off, then you can look for something. But as the tower goes down, immediately they go into Patrick again. Does still have the flash, has the barrier, uses both a little too late. We're still caught in the cyclone. Malrang tried to dive in. Larson hasn't been able to get in the action at all. And all of SK are still at full HP. The Ocean Soul at their backs, buffing them up. Rogue 3 left to defend, but it's SK's day, baby. No one beats SK 8 times in a row. Larson dives in, but dives for it. SK rise above, victorious for once. SK 1-7.